Guys, this is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews, and today I have a special review for y'all. And I think you guys are gonna like it. It's gonna be super non-spoilery. I cannot spoil this because I will get in trouble. So, anyway, without further ado, man, cue that intro. All right, I'm back, guys, and like I said, my name is Jock, and I'm with Cool Movie Reviews. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Take a seat. Welcome to the family. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button when you come into the crib. Share the video when you come into the crib, trying to get the content out there. But also, like I said, I have a special review for you guys. I actually got to see. You probably might not see because it's kind of dark, but Black Adam on Monday. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was dope. It was dope, the experience, man. Shout out to Black Tree TV. They are the ones that hosted this event, and just a brief description of what they're trying to do, just to sum it up. They're trying to bring premiere movie premieres to Nashville. The brother that's over it, he used to live in Hollywood. He's coming back to the city, and he wants to bring a little piece of Hollywood back to the city. So shout out to that brother, man. Shout out to Black Tree TV for allowing me to come to the event and others to come to the event and see Black Adam early. But without further ado, man, who is Black Adam? Like, people don't really know who Black Adam is. They know the Dwayne Rock Johnson is playing Black Adam, but you know who the character is. So really, real brief description. Black Adam was introduced in 1945 by Otto Bender and C.C. Beck, and he first appeared in I think it's called Fawcett Comics. It wasn't even DC, and I think DC probably bought them. He's part of the Marvel family, and not to get confused with the Marvel, like Marvel, but you have the Marvel family like Shazam and his family. And if you know who Shazam is, there's the movie that came out maybe like 3 to 4 years ago with Zachary Levi. He played Shazam. So you hear Shazam, the kid turns into a big, swole, magical dude that can go toe-to-toe with Superman. So that's what part of Black Adam. I call Shazam the silly version, and Black Adam is the serious version. So shout out to them bringing it to the big screen. And a little backstory, The Rock has been wanting to play Shazam for a while. I think he's been talking about this for like 3 or 4 or 5 years of if he was interested in playing the character. The guy looks, he looks the part. I will say that when you look at a picture of Black Adam and you look at what they did to him over the years, I'm a big fan of DC movie cartoons. I guess if you say it like that, I think they do a very good job at making cartoon movies like Harley Quinn's, the Justice League on HBO, like those particular things. The cinematic movies, they're okay, they're cool, but the movies. So I really like a lot of the inspiration from that, and so I think they did a very good job at showing him in the aesthetic look. But anyway, let's get into the cast. I want to talk about the cast real quick, and then we'll get into some things I liked and things I didn't like, and I'll give you my overall final score, right? So real quick, this cast of great actors. Of course, we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who plays Black Adam. And everybody, if you don't know who The Rock is, you've been living under a rock, right? We got Sarah Shahi. She plays Isa. She's like the female, I'm even going to call her protagonist, the female hero, if you want to say that. That there's a reason why they're chasing her and everything like that. We got Noah Centino, who plays Adam Smasher. So he's the Atom. And like I said, if you're not too familiar with your DC lore, the Atom is what he is. He's an Atom. He's the Atoms, actual Atoms. And I know he's the nephew of I think his uncle, I forgot his uncle's name, but he's the nephew of the original Adam. So he can grow big, he can grow small, he can do different things. So and we got the great Pierce Bronson. And if you don't know who it is, his name is James Bond. He plays Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is, I would say, DC's version of Doctor Strange, right? But just on a more mystical level. So when you think about that, Then we got, I think her name is Quintessa, and sorry, sister, if I got your name wrong. Quintessa Swindle. She plays Cyclone. Her powers are unique. It was real pretty, man. Pretty colors, pretty green. She has the ability to manipulate time and space and everything. It's pretty cool. we got our the guy, and you guys have seen this guy before. He's real cool. His name is Aldez Hodge. He plays Hawkman. Now Hawkman in the DC cartoon, he has the wings, he has the little hawk head, and he has I think his wife is Hawk Girl, a Hawk Woman or whatever. So he plays him, and then of course we have Miss Viola Davis. She shows up as Amanda Waller. Not too much due to him, but that's some of your main cast that I liked. And then you have Jalen Christian, who plays the young son of Issa. So or Sarah or Issa, yeah. So that's the cast. I like the cast. I think the cast actually fit. It fit very well for who they cast, and they did a pretty good job at that. So without further ado, let's get into what I liked about the film, right? And like I said, this is a non-spoiler review. I can't really. I'm gonna try to keep this as vague as possible, and without trying to spoil, just giving right big details. But before I do that, let me give you an overview of what the movie is about. So basically, and this is documented, okay, guys. So in ancient Kahndaq, was bestowed. They call him Teth Adam. He's not Black Adam. They call him Teth Adam. Okay, he's bestowed the almighty powers of the gods. Right after using these powers for vengeance, he was imprisoned to become Black Adam. And nearly 5,000 years have passed, and Black Adam has been woken up again. All right. That's all I'm gonna give you with that. That's all I'm gonna give you for the synopsis of the movie. All right. So let's get into things I liked. All right. First off, Black Adam, the character, The Rock, dude, violent. Dude ain't playing. You probably seen it. You've probably seen it in the trailers. But dude he's with it. Like he's like with it. Dude is crazy. Like he's so violent. And I guess when you wake up after a 5,000 year slumber, you're trying to get adjusted to things, and then you have a lot of things on your mind, and some things happen. And like I said, I'm not gonna get into spoilers. And you kind of look at the world, and you're in this new environment, and you probably will be kind of mad too. And then somebody comes and it's in the trailer. They come and shooting at you and acting a fool, and you're gonna probably touch them up a little bit, put hands and feet on them as well. So I think one thing I liked was the portrayal in the way The Rock Johnson portrayed the Black Adam. He actually did a good job. You could tell he's been studying this character for years, and since he's been wanting to play him, and he embodied Black Adam. Matter of fact, every time I see him now, he is Black Adam. You see what I'm saying? Every time I see him, not just but in this particular space in the DC universe now, because he's part of the DC universe now. It's no going back. He could have chose Marvel if he wanted to, but I think him choosing DC was the right path. And I think with The Rock being so rockish, right, you can do a lot of things with this character, and you can do a lot of unique things, and you can put him up against certain characters. I'm just gonna say that, okay? So that's one thing I like was definitely about Black Adam. Two, the story. Now, I like the beginning part of the story, right? I like the beginning and the middle. Well, no, let's say back. I like the beginning, and then it kind of got on a lower period. But what I like about the story is it makes you think, right? And it makes you think is what I'm doing is right. Make sense? And like I said, I'm trying to keep this review as vague as possible. The way I do stuff, it might be right to me. It might be the way I'm doing it, but it might be the wrong way, right? It almost had that particular piece of the story almost had some Civil War-ish things. Not all the way, but it had some Civil War-ish things. Now, I'm not comparing this movie to Civil War at all. I'm not doing that by a long shot. But it had some things in here. When I was sitting in the theater, I was like, is he really wrong? Is he really right? And you can kind of see this in the trailer too when they talk about how violent he is, right? You're questioning, hey, what are you doing is the right thing, right? Is it the right thing? You see what I'm saying? And when you look at it too, what Amanda Waller, and if you don't know who Amanda Waller is, I call Amanda Waller the Debo of superheroes in the DC universe, right? If Amanda Waller gets to you, she gonna make you bend the knee and do anything you want for her, right? That's basically what she does. And so in the trailer, it's all in the trailer, guys. And I'm just in the trailer, you had a lot of stuff that didn't really spoil the movie, so just keep it at that. But in the trailer, Amanda Waller sends the Justice Society to kind of get to Black Adam, right? And you're like, okay, well, cool. It's the Justice Society, right? Not the Justice League, but there's a league called the Justice Society, okay? And so when you look at it, you're like, okay, interesting. But what they're going to do, and then when you get deeper in the movie, you're like, I don't know who to really side with this. So that's one aspect. The writers did a good job at making me feel conflict in that particular moment, right? Third thing I like is the action, right? It was a lot of action in this movie. Like, it was a lot of action. You had expedition, you had things in that were talked about, but a lot of action. Like, I think we kind of hit the ground running with action, but it was a lot of action, a lot of fighting, a lot of people getting beat up, a lot of just silliness. And then third, some of the jokes were pretty funny. Like, I will give that. Some of the jokes were pretty funny. And, usually DC movies are kind of sombering and very not like Marvel. Marvel's just a silly universe. Marvel's actually gone too silly now. But DC, one thing you like is the dark undertone. One thing I liked is the balance of it. They had the dark undertone, but they also had the silliness behind it, too. So that's one thing. There's a couple of things I liked about the movie. Now, let's get into some things I didn't like, okay? The pacing of the movie, to me, was off, okay? 1 minute you're here, and then next minute you're here, and then all of a sudden you're here, and then it slows down, and it picks back up, slows down, picks back up, and then I'm telling you one thing you can kind of see a mile away was like, oh, okay, I can see that. I predicted that. Oh, I predicted that. And on my things I liked, I kind of bragged about part of the story. Things I didn't like is the story is not gonna say cookie cutter, but it's sort of predictable in a way. And you're like, okay, well, the story was okay. It's not a complex story. I think they could have did a better job of flushing some things out, especially with introducing the Justice Society. Some things happen in this movie where you're supposed to feel for some characters, and I'm like, I didn't have that feeling. Like, I don't feel like I would if I was really invested in these characters, and you didn't have time to really get invested in the Justice Society like you should have, right? If a good writer of a movie, what they would do, you can take little small expeditions or small flashbacks or something small to kind of figure out, hey, okay, they told me about this, but I want to actually see it, right? So I can get invested in you as a character, and that way I can actually care if something happens. If that makes sense, guys? So that's one thing. And two, a third thing that I didn't really too much care for, I would have liked to explore a little bit more of the Justice Society, okay? And we just got, like I said, a brief we in there, like we're really in there. Like, okay, cool. Then they made a decision in the movie that I didn't like, that I didn't agree with. And you guys will see when you watch the movie. And if you guys want me to, I actually might do a spoiler review to this movie just to talk about some of the things I've seen. So that's one of some of the things I didn't like. Now, let's get into standout characters, right? Somebody that stood out to me. Maybe be one or two people. So I'm gonna give two people that two actors that stood out to me. One was Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. When I say he did a fabulous job as Dr. Fate, man, DC, that was a hell of a casting to cast Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, no, he's Dr. Fate, like hands down, like the way he embodied him. And I think I wanted to see more of Dr. Fate and everything. And maybe they can make a Dr. Fate movie or whatever. Just make a Dr. Fate movie. I want to see it. And then Black Adam. Black Adam was cold, man. It's The Rock. It's The Rock. Sometimes The Rock can be annoying, but in this, he portrayed Black Adam. He is Black Adam. And I like it, man. Definitely. And then two, guys, I will say this. There is an after credit scene, okay? And I think this after credit scene will get you hype for what's to come, right? So just stay there. Now, my final thoughts, and then I'll give my rating. My final thoughts on this movie. To me, it's a C+ movie, right? But if you're not into real deep in the lore of DC or anything, you would like this, right? It's just an entertaining movie. It's entertaining, right? But I will say this. This is a good pickup point for the DC universe to kind of get back on their feet, get to moving again, and get back up there where you can literally get back to trying to compete with Marvel. Because right now I feel like Marvel is kind of on this lower period and in a lower period right now, even when it comes to shows and movies, right? So this is kind of where you can play catch up. I'm not saying you have to go all the format of Marvel, but what I'm saying is this movie is going to give you an opportunity to take what you did in this movie and expound on it in a way where it's going to win back a lot of the DC fans and a lot of the fandom period. So we can kind of, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was a DC fan before I was a Marvel fan, right? So it's more, what Marvel has done is they've expanded. They've won me over. DC has to win me over again. They've already done it with the Batman movie that came out earlier in the year, which was amazing, by the way. And so they're taking these tones, take the blueprint and figure out your own way. Don't be like Marvel. But this movie, I think, will do that. This movie will propel you to the next step to where they'll be up here, right? So definitely. Now, I'm going to do my ratings different. I've been doing my ratings in a different way, but I'm actually going to get an actual grading scale. Like, I'm going to do it from 1 through 10, right? So, with this movie, from what I've seen, what I give it, I'm going to probably give this movie about a 6 out of 10, right? Just for the simple fact of some things could have done better. It's not a perfect movie, right? Not by a long shot, but things could have done better. But I give it a 6 because of the simple fact that I believe you can take this and you can elevate it and stay for the after credit scene, because you'll see what I'm saying when I say that they're going to do something with this character that's going to make you be like, okay, do tell me more. And I can't wait to see what I'm about to see, right? So that's my review of Black Adam. Like I said, it's a non-spoiler review. Shout out to Black Tree TV for giving me the opportunity to go see this movie early. And once again, guys, like I said, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jock with Cool Movie Reviews. As I said at the beginning of the video, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and share the video, and help me grow my channel, man. So anyway, like I said, my next review coming up will probably be Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. I've been into that heavy, so just be looking out for that. We got one more episode on Sunday, so after that episode, I will post my review, and then I'll also get my review out for Lord of the Rings, Ring of Power. I got some stuff with that too. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching the channel, and I'm out. Holla at y'all, boy.